Buckley, call sign Whiz, portfolio manager here at Top Gun Options. And last night, folks, we saw the death of the Republican Party and more or less the death of the Republic, in my opinion. Late last night, the House voted to pass the Senate's bill, which is a little backwards, if you ask me, and the president's proposal to give us essentially the largest tax increase in our nation's history. Look at this, folks. $1 in spending cuts for every $41 in taxes. Absolutely incredible. Now, obviously, folks, the market's going to rally on this. The futures are up over 200 points. On the Dow, the SPOs are up over 27, and these are actually climbing since I looked at them earlier this morning. NASDAQ futures are up as well. So we're going to have a rip-your-face-off rally. We're going to have a rip-your-face-off rally that I predicted months ago, and we put on several very bullish positions on the SPX. We have double verticals that are just going to go through the roof today and be incredibly profitable, and also very bearish positions on the VIX. Now, when the VIX popped last week up into the low 20s, 21, 22, we sold the hell out of volatility in a lot of our model portfolios. And those two trades, very bullish on the SPX and very bearish on the VIX, are just going to do great today. However, I feel great making money. Obviously, don't get me wrong, but I just shake my head at this. This is an absolute train wreck for our country, folks. Everybody's going to see a tax increase. 77% of all Americans' taxes are going to go up. And why? Does our government need more money? It's incredible, folks. So the payroll tax is going to expire. The inheritance tax, which really hits middle America hard, and farmers, is going up to 40%. It's just I'm not going to go through all the details. You can do your own research. Absolute train wreck. This president campaigned the first time and the second time on fiscal reform, right? Lowering the deficit. We are $16 trillion in debt, and this is going to drive us deeper and deeper into debt. So as an American, I weep for where our nation's heading, but as a trader, as a portfolio manager, this is like shooting fish in a barrel. Okay, when the financial tsunami hit back in 2008, and this happened, and the government stepped in, Hank Paulson, George Bush made one of the biggest mistakes I've ever seen in capitalism, and they got involved right here with TARP, and then obviously QE1, QE2, Operation Twist, QE3. And then the operation that has no name, up to $85 billion a month out of the Fed, printing money out of thin air. Inside this right triangle right here is nothing but air. This is fake. This liquidity is nothing but nitrous oxide to make you feel better, right? The Fed trying to give us a wealth effect. Well, it's kind of hard to have a wealth effect, folks, when you're facing a incredibly high tax increase, right? And the new definition of rich has been lowered to 450,000, which is going to destroy S-corps. Small businesses, folks, mom and pop companies who have to take that tax onto their own income tax forms. It's just, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. We're seeing bizarro world, okay? And like I said, the Republicans folded like a cheap suit. If anything, in my opinion, and this was my opinion back in the day, folks, this should have been allowed to fail. We should have been allowed to fail back here. Instead, we rescued AIG. We rescued huge firms. Yeah, we saw the death of Lehman Brothers, but Bear Stearns imploded. The thundering herd, Merrill Lynch. But folks, it should have been allowed to break. When you don't let things break, bad things happen. People take risks. Institutions take risks, and that's what we're going to see going forward. So again, as a trader, I'm going to trade the hell out of this, and I'm going to smile as our model portfolios just print money. But as an American, I know the day of reckoning is approaching, and I know I sound like the crazy guy on the exit ramp of I-95, but it's going to happen, folks. I thought today or last night the check was going to come due. The Republicans were going to finally say, you know what, we can't. Somebody has to be the adult here, and somebody has to say, it's over, we need to get our fiscal house in order, and nobody did. So we make Greece look like a grown-up country, okay? And it's incredible. As Europe runs away from all these policies of entitlements and just absolute train wreck that has befallen Europe that they're trying to get out of. They're actually looking across the pond at us and laughing and going, did you not see us over here and the train wreck that we're going through? We're actually racing to go be more like the United States as you guys are racing to be more like us. So I think I'm not a big Rush Limbaugh fan. I haven't listened to him in years. But like he said after the election, you can't win going against Santa Claus. And that's essentially what this president has become, promising all things to all people. And it's the Obama Happy Meal. Order whatever the hell you want, and the guy behind you is going to pay for it. So I feel bad for my children. I feel bad for my future grandkids that this has happened to them. But hopefully, I'm going to do a good enough job trading that they're going to be okay. What's on the flight schedule today, folks? Some PMI numbers. So those will be interesting, and also construction spending, and also ISM. So, with the Dow futures up over 200 points, the SPU's up over 27, we're obviously going to see a rally today, but there's some potential market moving information coming out today. Thursday, obviously, we have our normal weekly unemployment claims, but also, more importantly, we have ADP data coming out, which means what? On Friday, we're going to see non-farm payroll and also the unemployment rate, okay? Why is this important? And average hourly earnings. Very big day on Friday. Hourly earnings, unemployment rate, non-farm payroll. But the unemployment rate is now critical because the Fed, instead of saying, hey, we're going to keep rates low until 2015, for an extended period of time, they've actually tied it to unemployment going down. Now, they really haven't given us a solid number, 6.7 or whatever it is, but they didn't explain whether that's sustained, whether we touch it, how long it's below. Quack, quack, quack. So we're going to be keeping our eye on the unemployment rate. Like I said, rip your face off rally today. I might actually bail out of some of these very bullish SPX positions and bearish on volatility positions because I think this rally might fade. Now, at the beginning of the year, obviously, there's end of year tax selling. Beginning of the year, a lot of large portfolios, hedge funds, private wealth managers need to get back into the market. So we might see that January effect, as I've briefed in a lot of sit reps and briefed my traders. As you can see in 2010, 2011, and 2012, January, February, we've seen rip your face off rallies, and that trend might continue. So I'm gonna decide today and the rest of the week whether or not, we're seeing a buy on the news here, but we might see this fade a little bit as it really starts to set in. The markets sometimes tend to do this, right? Remember a lot of the Eurozone crises and a lot of flare-ups that we've seen over the past couple years where the market will rally real quick and then think about it and go, whoa, wait a minute. Actually, this is pretty bad news. So as the market really digests this, recognizing that just about every American's going to see a tax increase, and people making between $50,000 and $70,000, the quote-unquote middle class, are really going to see, $2,500, $3,200 tax increase. That results in less spending, folks. Couple that with a lot of the reports coming out this week, and I'm going to have a very close eye on the markets, and I'm going to decide what to do in our model portfolios here. Okay, got to get going. Got a live trading session coming up here very shortly, and got to get my head back into all my research and get going here. So have a great day trading, folks. If you want to check out what we're doing over here at Wealth Creation with options or Top Gun Options, you can go to topgunoptions.com, hover over services, and you can click on TA LTB combo. That's our trade alert and live trade brief combo. And you can give us a test flight for a couple weeks. I strongly recommend you take a look at Top Gun Options for the next 2 weeks, folks, because you're going to need all the help you can really deciphering what's going on in this market. And you can take a test flight with me in primary or one of our volatility arbitrage traders over here in advance, or you can do what just about everybody does. Hundreds of other traders here at Top Gun Options do, and do all of our services for 2 weeks there. Also want to let you guys know that we have launched our newest service, Trading Weekly Options. It's a half-an-hour webinar every Friday. We get trade alerts. We do a live trading session, and the weekly option service is just crushing it. And it's short-term trades, which is very, very important for markets like this when it's really hard to figure out if you should be going long or short and what's going to happen. So, go ahead and stop by topgunoptions.com/weekly-options, and you can give our weekly option service a test flight as well. Okay, got to go. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge, and I'll be back with tomorrow's sit rep.